Caton and Rooney gone, and Tyson's domestic beatings played out in headlines, he spun out of control.
The Mike Tyson story started on Sunday when his car hit a tree near his upstate New York training camp. Tyson was knocked unconscious for almost a half hour.
Mike goes around crying out for help. And the way that he does it, driving cars into trees, beating up people, even things as hideous as rapes and assaults are almost Mike Tyson's way of declaring emotional bankruptcy. I can't deal with life. I can't take care of myself. Here, take care of me. Take me somewhere.
During an interview with Barbara Walters in September of 1988, Tyson sat quietly while his wife provided to millions a window into their private life.
Michael is a manic depressive. He is. I mean, that's just a fact. He's got a side to him that's scary. Michael is intimidating, to say the least. He shakes, he pushes, he swings.
And see, there was something horrific about him being sedated on that television show and her sitting there talking about him like he was some trained bear.
The interview sent him into that rage when Mike was tossing furniture around, and where the police had to be called to their home in New Jersey, and Ruth and Robin had to run for their own safety.
A week later, Givens filed for divorce.
I won't talk nice to you and talk about fornicating with you and letting you suck my because if I was eloquent with you, you would still look at me as a scumbag. It won't work. You have your perception of me.
There's no question in my mind that this is an enormously emotionally disturbed personality who has not gotten the love, the therapy, or the medicines that he needs.
People with anger management problems, like Mr. Tyson, would do well to have good mental health folks on the team to help you judge what medications you need, to help you with your therapy. It's very hard for a person with anger and rage attacks to contain them by himself.
There's nobody that I've seen in his life who has ever cared about his interests first. Everybody's wanted a piece of the golden calf. And he's been the golden calf.
You have friends that you can talk to.
I don't have one friend in my entire life. My experience in life produced the person that I am. And the person that I am, I was never successful with friends.
He's been hurt. He's been burnt by most people he trusted. He was crazy about robbing Givens. He got screwed over by it. And being Mike Tyson, who do you trust?
Cut loose in an alien world, Tyson began to lose the one discipline that he had mastered.
He has stopped being the scientific fighter that Customato raised and that Kevin Rooney honed and Teddy Atlas honed. He has become a headhunter, and that set him up for Buster Douglas.
Tyson's 10th title defense would take place in Tokyo on February 10th, 1990.
Tyson goes over with his entourage. They're having a wonderful time. They're drinking and cavorting and everything else.
He wasn't training like he should have been training. He probably had a serious false sense of security, that he was unbeatable.
If Tyson believed he could not be beaten, he wasn't alone. The odds of Buster Douglas winning were 42-1.
And you got to remember, this is a time when everybody in the world, everybody, thought Mike Tyson was the toughest guy on the planet, indestructible, could not lose.
All right, it's round one, the heavyweight championship of the world from Tokyo.
What Buster Douglas did that night was beautiful. He would wait till Mike would plant his feet, pop him twice with the left jab, move back out of range, and throw the right. Same scenario, over and over.
When an intimidator fails to intimidate, he becomes intimidated.
Douglas is gonna get on him, he nails Mike again! Tyson getting hit like we've never seen it before.
When Mike got into trouble in the ring, he had guys that had no boxing background really, like Jay Bright working his corner. There was nobody there to give him good advice or good counsel, like a Customato or a Kevin Rooney or a Teddy Atlas, and then he was lost.
They're trying to treat Tyson's swollen eyes with what appeared to be a prophylactic filled with ice.
That is not ice, that's tap water. It was pathetic, just total incompetence.
In the 8th round, Tyson caught Douglas with his best punch.
And maybe, a right uppercut puts the challenger down.
The most interesting psychological dynamic of the fight happened at that very moment, because James knew he had taken Mike Tyson's best shot, and he was still awake.
I don't know if he can do it. He's back up on his feet.
The 9th round begins almost as the 8th round in Mike's mind's eye had ended. This was his chance.
The 9th round was one of the great rounds of heavyweight boxing of all time. Of all time. Mike Tyson came out with the intent of ending it. James knew what was coming.
Douglas is gonna get on him. He nails Mike again. Surprising after Douglas went down in the 8th round to see him come back and nail Tyson like this.
I was in the zone, man. I was in that zone.